Hello everybody, the Baphomet here, bringing you another X and Y Wi-Fi battle. This one up against another opponent that I found through the game FAQ's website. I don't see any really big threats on his team other than the Noivern, Aegislash, and perhaps a Talonflame. I do see the Rhydon there, and of course, I'm guessing it's going to be running the Eviolite item. Anyways, let's get right to it. I lead with my Greninja, my typical lead, my fastest Pokemon. It always packs a punch. And he leads with his Vaporeon. That's a kind of an odd lead. Vaporeon doesn't pack much of an attacking power. It's mostly used for wish support or kind of just like a special wall. Anyways, I go into the U-turn anticipating a special attack, and I'm going to switch right into my special wall, my Goodra, and let's see what happens next. Okay, so the Goodra goes right in. Like I said, I was anticipating a special attack, perhaps a Scald or something like that, but he goes for the Toxic. Good play. Definitely not going to be good for my Goodra, racking up that toxic damage and negating my leftovers. It's going to narrow down the survivability of my Goodra, which is going to be bad because I do rely on this Pokemon quite a bit. For the next turn, I believe that I am going to go for the Toxic as well, but he is going to switch out, and he is going to bring in his Venusaur. Now, Venusaur being a poison type, it is going to be immune to the Toxic, so pretty much just stalled me out a turn. And again, just racking up that toxic damage, which is not going to help my Goodra at all. He's going to go straight into the Mega Evolution on the next turn, I believe, as I go for the attacking move. Let's just wait for it, see what happens. The Mega Venusaur, all kinds of flowers everywhere. This Pokemon is very bulky, has really good defenses, and it has the Thick Fat ability, which gives it resistance to ice and fire, which kind of makes it do neutral damage. But as you can see right there, it barely took even a scratch from the Ice Beam. That did nothing at all, and he is going to go into the Leech Seed. Now, with the Toxic and the Leech Seed racking up, that's going to be bad news, so I'm going to want to get the heck out of here. I don't want my Goodra to, keep taking all that damage, racking up. So next turn, I believe that I am going to switch out as soon as all the animations finish. You'll see what I'm going to go into next. Okay, so I bring out my Fortress. He makes another good play here, anticipating the switch, and he goes ahead and seeds my Fortress. Fortress, pretty much he only has one purpose in my team, is to set up the hazards and to spin away hazards. And since he doesn't have anybody that sets up hazards other than the Venusaur and the Leech Seed, he's pretty much just going to do that one role of setting up. So he's going to switch into his Vaporeon, knowing that he can't really touch my Fortress because I resist all the moves and I'm immune to Toxic. So I'm going to go ahead and set up my rocks first turn because he does have the Talonflame, and once he brings over the Talonflame, the rocks are pretty much going to cut his HP in half. So that's going to be good to have up. He's going to take the not the leftovers, but the Leech Seed recovery. The Fortress doesn't have too much high HP, so he's not going to be healing a lot. Plus Vaporeon has like base 100 and something HP. It's really bulky Pokemon. Anyways, for the second turn, he's going to go for the Scald. He doesn't get the burn, which is good. And I set up one layer of spikes. And then pretty much I'm just going to leave it in. Or no, that's not true. I actually switch out my Fortress, kind of save it to Death Fodder so I can use it to get KO'd and then bring in a Pokemon safely next whenever I need to. I go into my Goodra, again anticipating another special attack, which it does. He goes for the Scald. I'm already Toxic, so there's no way that you can get the burn. Anyways, when you switch out your Toxic Pokemon, you do reset the Toxic damage. So that's gonna help me survive a little longer. My Goodra does have immense HP, which is good. He's gonna go for the Ice Beam, but if you know Goodra, you know that it's a special wall, and he's not even scared of a super effective attack at all. I'm gonna go for the Dragon Tail, kind of just to shuffle his team around to rack up all that hazard damage. Unfortunately, I drag out the Noivern, which it definitely outspeeds. It's a very fast Pokemon. It's gonna outspeed my Goodra completely, and I'm gonna fear that the Draco Meteor. Okay, so we end up with all the animations. I switch out. I believe I bring in my Fortress. Yep, my Fortress in to take the hit. Kind of like I said, kind of just use it as death fodder. He does go for the Draco Meteor as I predicted, and after this he is going to get the special attack drop, which is going to let me to safely bring in another Pokemon. kind of just to counter it or kind of scare away the Noivern. Noivern is a very fast, somewhat decent special attack. Typically, they do run Specs or Scarfed, depending on what your team lacks. Anyways, I bring out my Aegislash, and he brings out the Rhydon. The Rhydon's gonna play a pretty good check against Aegislash. Since it does have the Violite, it's gonna get that boosted defense. I go straight into the Sword Stance, trying to boost up my attack. He is gonna go for the Earthquake, but it's not gonna be able to one-hit KO me. I am gonna be able to survive, and then counterattack with the Sacred Sword. The Sacred Sword is gonna do a really big chunk. Look at this. Just take a look. So that's gonna bring it down. Looks like 1/3 HP. Next turn, I'm pretty much dead. Even if I decide to go for the King Shield, it's not gonna matter. It's not like he's gonna get an attack drop because it doesn't do physical contact. So I just decide to get in more damage onto the Rhydon. Hopefully you knock it out, but it just comes so close to knocking it out, but it fails. And then my Aegislash is done. Takes it out. I'm not too scared of the Rhydon. Pretty much his Rhydon just played as a Aegislash check. I take out my Greninja. I know I'm obviously faster. I was predicting him to go to his Venusaur to take the water type attack. That's why I went with the Psychic, try to get it super effective. But anyways, it's not gonna matter. I take out the Rhydon. Next is gonna bring in his Noivern. Now, the thing about Greninja and Noivern is that their speeds are almost identical. The Noivern does outspeed by 1 point, but I am trained in speed. I have max speed IVs and the speed nature. So if his is not trained or scarfed, there's a chance that I could outspeed, but as we can see, I do not, and I take the Draco Meteor, and that's just gonna wipe me out. Good job, Greninja. He always puts in work in all my battles. Definitely one of my favorite Pokemons on the 6th gen. Anyway, since he does have the attack drop, I bring out my Gudra, my hella juicy dragon dripping all over the place. He goes for the switch, which is gonna play against him because I do have the rocks up, so whenever he decides to bring in his Noivern, he's gonna take a quarter of his health. He switches into the Vaporeon. I'm guessing that's his special wall, but anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead and shuffle. I do get that lucky crit. That could have mattered, but I'm not really too sure. The Aegislash gets dragged out, and this thing is scary. I don't have a proper check for the Aegislash, and if this thing sets up, it could wreck my whole team. And like I said, this thing kind of intimidates me a little bit. Anyways, I'm just gonna leave in my Gudra. The obvious Shadow Sneak is next. It's definitely only 43 HP. It's definitely gonna be able to take out my Gudra. So you can see right now, a cool looking attack. But yeah, so right now I believe I only have 2 Pokemon left. I have my Blaziken and my Ditto. Now this is a part where everything kind of went wrong against my opponent. Seriously, he should have won this match, but he made some questionable plays. I go straight into the Protect. I'm not quite sure. I thought that he might decide to go for a King Shield, so I wanted him to burn the King Shield so I could attack safely on the next turn without getting the attack drop. And he could have Sword Stance too. And I made a very risky play going for the double Protect because it cuts the chance of protecting in half. So he could have gone for the Shadow Sneak. I could have taken the damage, and that would have been enough to take me out on the second turn. This turn, I do decide to attack, but as you can see, I survived 1 Shadow Sneak. So if last turn, I survived it with less than half health too. So if last turn the Protect would have failed, my Blaziken would have been out right now. So I got very lucky. I take out the Aegislash, big threat taken care of. The recoil leaves me in the red, and I really need to save my Blaziken. He's the only thing that can win me the game. He's the only guy that can deal damage, so I'm gonna take him out and save him for later. Hopefully I get lucky, and I'm gonna send down my Ditto right now. Ditto against, or Venusaur against Venusaur is a bad matchup. When he transforms, I noticed that he had Toxic, Leech Seed, Protect, and Energy Ball. So I'm pretty much just stuck Energy Balling his whole team. That's gonna do squat diddly to the Venusaur. Like, look at that, just a little nick of the health. But you know, I can't switch in to my Blaziken, fearing that I'll take any damage because I pretty much have like no HP left. Now he brings out his Noivern. Another scary thing is that this thing carries Hurricane, and that's super effective against both of my Pokemon that I have left right now. So during the switch in, he takes the Energy Ball damage. It's quad resistant, but it's good enough damage that I can bank on it. And he misses the Hurricane. That's a huge deal. If he would have landed this Hurricane, that would have been game over. Game over for me. But he misses. It's a low accuracy move, so that's what you get for risking. I take it out with the Energy Ball, and he sends out his Talonflame. Now, if this Talonflame had Gale Wings, he could have won the match. But he goes into another questionable play. He goes for the U-turn. Really, I'm not sure if he was tired, if it was a misclick, but he shouldn't have done that. Because now, next time that he brings his Talonflame, it's pretty much going to die. And same thing's going to happen with the Vaporeon. With all the hazards that I have up, this thing's just going to die on the switch-in. So, I'm not quite sure what was going on in his head. I'm not quite sure if it was a misclick, but he could have had the match with the Talonflame. Even if he didn't have Gale Wings, he could have gone for the Fire type attack. One Energy Ball wouldn't have been enough to take it out because again it's quad resisted. So that's pretty much GG from here. When you transform using a Ditto, you only get 5 power points per attack. So I believe I'm running low here. This is gonna be my last Energy Ball. So from now on, my Ditto's just gonna struggle. And trust me, the struggle is real. He decides not to attack. I'm pretty sure he's just given up by now. But as you can see, I do the struggle and I land the critical. I'm not sure it's gonna matter. But from here on, I'm pretty much just need my Ditto to just faint. I need it to die already so I can bring in my Blaziken safely and just clean up. Even the struggle is just bringing them down, which is gonna make it easier for my Blaziken to take out. But I mean, it's not really gonna matter because I can do. I have Brave Bird, Fire Blitz, and High Jump Kick on the Blaziken with Protect. So I mean, like I said, I just need my Ditto to die already, which he does. He ends up knocking himself out with the struggle. Like I said, the struggle is real. I bring out my Blaziken. Basically and typically would outspeed a Venusaur, but I just decided to play it safe and go for a Protect, just to get one more speed boost. If he's go for the Energy Ball, it won't matter. The second turn, he's actually gonna go for the Protect, but that's just stalling out for the Inedible. Yeah, like I said, he's gonna Protect, and then after this, I'm gonna go into the Flare Blitz and just take him out. So that's a match for you. Like I said, I shouldn't have won this match. He had so many plays that he could have. He did so many bad plays. He did so many mistakes that he could have been prevented, and he could have beat me like 10 turns ago if he wanted to. Anyways, that's it for this match. I've been breeding my ass off. If you're a competitive Pokemon player, you know how it goes. So I should have a new team up soon. Anyways, that's it for this time, and I'll catch you guys later. Hope you guys enjoyed.